Before the darkness in the celestial people's cave had a chance to dissipate, the Troll King appeared in all his might with a giant skull staff, growling and demanding, "My tribesmen are dead. Does anyone know who did this?" The sudden appearance of this ferocious creature stunned Zhao Wan and Wang Yuan, who felt death closing in as their bodies were exhausted. Yi Chuan immediately recognized that this monster was connected to the giant troll he had slain earlier, with an extremely serious look and no hint of fear. He tightened his cleaver and suggested the troll ask this blade. The troll chief snarled. His red eyes locked onto Yi Chuan as if he had identified the one who had killed his kin. Sensing the tension, Yi Chuan ordered Zhao Wan to quickly take the gravely wounded Wang Yuan away to seek treatment first, but the giant did not let them leave easily. He confidently declared that the area outside the cave was entirely occupied by his people, and not even a fly could get through. Suddenly, from within the spacefold, the immortal knight's voice rang out angrily, demanding that the troll and his subordinates leave immediately. And these words were spoken in a strange tongue understood only by the troll and the immortal knight. Hearing this, the troll chief's fierce face instantly twisted in terror, and he stammered the two words, "Divine Spirit." Yi Chuan was also puzzled. He stared at the spacefold while the immortal knight, through a spiritual pressure, warned the monster of an entity their ancestors once served. No longer proud, the chief fell to his knees on the stone floor, trembling as he begged forgiveness for his rude behavior. Seeing the enemy subdued, the immortal knight urged Yi Chuan and his companions to move on, assuring them that these trolls would not cause trouble. As the chief had said, many trolls were posted outside. When they saw Yi Chuan appear, the trolls immediately knelt reverently, turning a deadly siege into a bizarre ceremony of homage. Yi Chuan, curious, asked the immortal knight what magic he had used to make those fierce creatures so suddenly obedient. The immortal knight explained that the trolls had once been protected by the celestial people. Their duty was to provide food for the guardians of the celestial ruins since their establishment. Yi Chuan pondered, gradually understanding why the trolls had a strange connection to this place and how they had brought him here. Zhao Wan stared at the hazy figure of the immortal knight. She wanted to know if he was one of the celestial people and where the great celestials had gone after thousands of years. But the immortal knight only shook his head slightly. He said they were not yet close enough for him to reveal that, warning that some secrets become more dangerous the more one knows. Denied an answer, Zhao Wan pouted and muttered that mysterious types like the immortal knight would never be liked by girls. The immortal knight replied coldly that he did not need women, then urged the group to leave the collapsing ruins quickly. The tense atmosphere had completely vanished. Not long after, they stopped before the gigantic bronze gate of the Nine Heavens Alliance, a symbol of power and absolute protection in this chaotic era. Though she had traveled many places, Zhao Wan was still overwhelmed by the solemnity and grandeur of this great clan. The immortal knight suddenly spoke up, asking Yi Chuan for an important favor concerning his future and the ruins they had just left. The immortal knight thanked Yi Chuan for keeping his promise to lead him out of the ruins, but warned that once the bronze gate opened, the power leaking from the ruins would surely attract the world's top powers seeking to seize it. With his rather simple mind, Yi Chuan now realized that someone would discover the ruins. The immortal knight continued to warn that a storm was coming. Major forces would not pass up the chance to claim the ancient divine artifacts hidden deep in that cave. Yi Chuan was surprised to learn that the place not only held the five-colored lake but also hid many other priceless treasures the immortal knight had never mentioned. The immortal knight excused himself, saying that as a guardian of the ruins he could not disclose the locations of the treasures to outsiders. Yi Chuan felt deep regret and pressed to find out whether there was anything else of value inside the cave. The immortal knight said he did not know all the details, but urged Yi Chuan at all costs not to let a particular relic fall into evil hands, for it was the key to maintaining the balance of the spatial layers. Although he didn't know what it was, it seemed very powerful. An ambitious smile crossed Yi Chuan's lips. He insisted that if it was a treasure, then it could only belong to him. Wang Yuan's dry cough cut through Yi Chuan's thoughts as his wound began to worsen from blood loss. Zhao Wan panicked and reminded Yi Chuan that their priority was to get Wang Yuan emergency treatment immediately. They stepped into the inner area of the Nine Heavens Alliance, a place the ordinary could hardly set foot in. Yi Chuan told the two to wait here while he went to find Miss Zhang to ask her to arrange someone to treat Wang Yuan. He strode to the reception area of the North Tower, where the architecture was extremely modern and luxurious. The female receptionist smiled politely, ready to assist a promising new member like him. Yi Chuan said he wanted to know Miss Yang's location. She was the only person he could trust and rely on in the alliance right now. The receptionist informed him that Miss Zhang was currently at the training field in the West Tower overseeing the recruits' exercises. The scene shifted to a large dojo with classical architecture, where the students' spirited shouts echoed throughout the space. Amid the crowd hard at training, the appearance of a female instructor with flaming red hair and a wild bearing immediately drew every gaze. She was Qi Chunying, a renowned powerhouse known for her blunt and rough manner. She continuously scolded students for their lack of ability. Standing nearby observing, Zhang Tiyan suddenly flinched when she caught sight of the familiar figure of Yi Chuan in the distance. She waved happily in welcome, her face brightening when she saw him return safely from the dangerous expedition. Zhang Tiyan quickly ran up to Yi Chuan, while Qi Chunying also turned her attention toward the stranger who had just distracted her favored students. Zhang Tiyan drew closer and looped her arm through Yi Chuan's with a radiant, intimate smile. She could not hide her joy at seeing her friend return from a perilous expedition. The young lady excitedly boasted that she had been looking for him to introduce a special figure of the Nine Heavens Alliance. Yi Chuan's gaze immediately focused on the figure of a strong woman with striking red hair and a toned body standing behind. Zhang Tiyan enthusiastically introduced her as Qi Chunying, one of the Alliance's top trainers, whose strength and combat skills were respected by all. Qi Chunying narrowed her sharp red eyes and stared at the young man, smiling suggestively as if sizing up prey. The instructor exclaimed excitedly at finally meeting the one Miss Zhang had praised so many times. Without hesitation, Qi Chunying suddenly lunged forward and boldly used her solid hands to check Yi Chuan's muscles. She kept praising his physique, saying it was truly solid and full of potential. Thank you all for supporting my video. I wish you endless happiness and joy in life. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and leave a comment to show your support. I sincerely appreciate it.